I actually think the millennials are going to turbo boost what we have been trying to do for the last 20 years. Because I think if you talk to millennial men, they want paternity leave, and more of them are starting to take it. I just talked to in another part of the world, and they said, you know, when my first child was born 3 years ago, I took 2 days. But you know what? I'm going to take 3 weeks. And I thought, woo, that's progress, right?
Yeah.
But they were excited about taking more time, and I think they are going to demand that. So I do think you'll see, I'm very optimistic about the workplace changes that you will see, and it won't just be because the women are exercising their voices. I think it will be because professional men will also be exercising their voices. So I'm very excited about this generation of professionals.
I spend a lot of time with millennials, a lot of time with millennials. And, you know, and I think that they are misunderstood. And if you spend time with them, you'll find what's very interesting is we all worry about millennials, you know, jumping jobs, but the word that I would ascribe to them is loyal. And that's not a word you hear in corporate America. Loyal if it's clear that you're making an investment in them. So you're teaching them, you're giving them skills, you're exposing them to the right networks, you're giving them the right kinds of opportunities, you're giving them lots of feedback, you know, and you're also being transparent. You will find that that will create some stickiness, right? But we're also worried about the fact that they feel comfortable moving, but with that value proposition, they will stay in place. But they cannot operate in opaque environments. And we all grew up in opaque environments, because if you're a boomer, you grew up in an environment where someone said, put your head down, work really hard, if you don't get fired, you know you're doing okay, right? that was how we learned to deal. But they have grown up in a completely transparent environment and a very engaged environment. So you can't expect to manage them the same way that we were managed. And right now, the boomers are in charge and have the power, and we make the mistake, to the point made earlier, of managing the way that we were managed. And that won't work for them. And when someone comes to recruit them, they're going to be transparent about the title, transparent about the job, transparent about the money, transparent about the platform, transparent about the track. And your opaqueness will never compete against that transparency. But if you are transparent, which means you have to manage actively, here's what you're going to do for the first 6 months. Here are the skills you'll have. This is what's going to happen in the first year. Here are the 4 things you'll be able to do after this first year with the skills that you will have acquired with this kind of exposure. And then you can do this and this. Now you've created a value proposition that's intriguing, and they might want to hang around, or at least you have a fighting chance. And as I said, the reason I know this is that I spend a lot of time with millennials across all racial demographics and across all gender demographics. And that's how I've informed my view.